All right, get out your 209 tattoos, folks. Here he is, Nate Diaz, one of the biggest superstars in all of mixed martial arts. It's amazing to think where he could have taken his star power if he was in a regular cycle competing every 3 months.
Yes, if he fought as regularly as most guys, his star power would be even bigger. But Nate Diaz moves at his own pace. A phenomenal striker and a great jiu-jitsu tacticianer. You fall into Nate Diaz's guard, you will get submitted, as he's shown on a number of occasions. A fantastic fighter. Welcome back, Nate Diaz.
You're not going to out-cardio these Diaz brothers. You're not going to out-tough Nate Diaz. And once again, he is facing top competition here tonight. We'll see how it goes for Nate Diaz here in his UFC return. Nate Diaz, ready to make another major statement here tonight. So you got Ron Guidry, Louisiana Lightning. You got Daniel Cormier, the 2-division UFC champion. But now Dustin Poirier, on the strength of a UFC interim lightweight title, has a key to the city of Lafayette, and he will try to add to his significant legacy in this spot here tonight.
The king of Lafayette, Dustin Poirier, he loves that city, and he embodies everything that the city stands for.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's durable. He's a guy that is looking for a fight. And in the fight with Max Holloway to win the title, you saw that he's willing to go through anything to accomplish his goals. A truly special athlete is Dustin Poirier.
And it's amazing to think where he was after that knockout loss to Michael Johnson in a main event in Hidalgo, Texas in 2016. Refocused, rededicated himself, and was able to produce a UFC title. All eyes on Dustin Poirier as he gets back on the famed canvas here tonight. And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight scrap. We send it inside the octagon. We find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Nate Diaz! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Dustin the Diamond Poirier!
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. So the Stockton Southpaw Nate Diaz back at it here tonight. More than 10 years on this UFC roster. Pretty fast starter. He'll try to get the hands to the target early on. And you know about the legendary chin. A lot of power in the opponent tonight, but easier said than done to get Nate Diaz out of it. Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Nice connection there by Nate Diaz. Not a guy you want to let get going here on the feet, DC.
No, because it's all downhill with Nate, right? It's the activity that will overwhelm his opponents, and this looks like the start of that.
All right, early in the fight here, and Nate Diaz off to a pretty good start. Found a home for that left hand.
I mean, and it's powerful. It does not seem like Nate is throwing it hard, but he always finds his target very accurate with that straight left hand. So he kind of feeds the right hand to get you moving where he wants, and then bang! He drops that straight left on you that hurts so many. Hurt Conor McGregor, and he hurt the welterweight champion, Leon Edwards, in the same way.
Well, lands a good series of kicks there, DC. It really didn't take him long to get a good beat on his opponent.
He figured the timing, and now he's been driving kick after kick into his opponent.
So just over 20 total strikes have landed for Nate Diaz.
They got checked.
Tried to set up the straight left, but he missed. Heavy leather landed on both sides in that exchange. Oh, nice jab by Poirier. 2 minutes now to go in round one. stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. Nice job by Dustin Poirier there. Sticks the target and then moves his head off the center line to avoid the comeback shot.
Head off the center line, and watch him the counter with that beautiful straight left that he throws over and over.
All right, so the king of Lafayette, Louisiana, Dustin Poirier putting on... Well, he's able to get back up here, but oh, man, is he on wobbly legs. Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock a guy to that extent, I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You got to go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off and take your time. He's right for the picking. Go and pick the fruit.
Diaz's cheek looks like it's cut here, starting to bleed a little bit now.
Oh, my goodness, what a fight.
That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one. All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure, but nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, so a big round for him there, DC. We'll go back and look at some of the highlights. Big knockdown for him. We'll see if he can follow it up.
You could see that he was flowing. Everything was working in accordance to what he wanted it to be. And at the moment that it showed itself, the moment that the opportunity arrived, he jumped on it, got that big knockdown, and now he finds himself ahead in this fight.
All right, here we go. Round two. Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Nate Diaz. All right, next round is now underway. Hopefully the action continues at a high level. Pretty good first 5 minutes.
Pretty good first 5 minutes. Both of them can really pick it up. Let's see who decides they're going to lead the dance as we go forward.
Power right hand there from the king of Lafayette, Louisiana, Dustin Poirier. Mike Brown there in the corner has really honed Dustin's all-around game, and he certainly finds himself in the middle of his fighting prime. Oh, and so now he lands another combination, so it's never just one shot. There's always 2 or 3 coming behind him.
A lot of times people throw singular strikes. Not this, gentlemen. This man is stringing 4, 5, 6 in a row. What a great job.
All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body and mixing up the attack, not being one-dimensional, not headhunting inside the octagon. I think he has fought beautifully right now, and it's starting to show itself. If your opponent has you in the clinch, pulling down on your head, landing punch after punch, you have got to clear that collar tie, reach back inside, and try to find space.
So a big knockdown for him in the previous round. Confidence is high and building here in this next round.
Confidence is key, and he has a ton of it right now.
Oh, another bruising shot right to the body. I wouldn't think you want to take too many more of those.
No, John, you gotta defend. You got to address a tactic that has worked this many times this early in a fight. You cannot allow it to continue to build, because once that momentum gets going, you will have no way of stopping it.
And I don't have a lot of muscle over there, so I don't think I could take too many of these if I was a fighter.
Well, you need that body like mine if you want to get hit down there. You can't be too skinny.
All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. He talked to us a lot about pace and pressure, and he has certainly kept up his end of the bargain.
I mean, the cardio is fantastic tonight.
Diaz's thigh and the outside of it really starting to bruise here. You wonder how much weight he can put on that leg moving forward. Another nice kick there. Solid series of kicks. They're all landing now. Both fighters starting to open up a little bit. Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round one. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. Oh, man, the blood is flowing now. I know a lot of you like that, but he has got to figure some things out defensively or this fight's going to end.
He's got to move his head, John. But the problem is, now he's got the blood to deal with. He's got a sharp striker in front of him. He has got a lot of things to deal with if he wants to win this fight. But right now, the focus needs to be on the head movement so you're not getting hit in that cut.
All right, we're going to stay with him and follow him back to the corner to the stool because that is a really severe cut that he is dealing with. We'll see if the cut man can stem the bleeding here. All right, they attend to the fighter on the stool, and I guess if you are going to be cut open, cheek ain't a bad place for it.
Yeah, it's the best spot, right? You never want to be cut. You never want to be bleeding. But if it's on the cheek, it's as good of a spot as it can be. But you still got to do something different, though, because even though the blood isn't going in your eye, every time you get hit there, it's horrible.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Third round underway. All right, here we go with the start of another round. Pretty good previous 2 rounds, I thought.
Yeah, it's been a very competitive fight to this point. Both guys have had their moments, especially in these last 2 rounds. You expected somebody to get ahead, and they've both been so evenly matched. We're still right when we started.
Diaz's eye is almost swollen shut. It's actually swollen shut at this point in time. They might potentially stop this fight if he has vision issues from here. Rip the body there. Well, you got to think he's going to enjoy watching this one back tomorrow morning. He has landed a ton of significant strikes and really a guy who has been a monster in the gym, finally putting it together here in the knockout.
To go home and admire your work, it doesn't take till the next morning. He's going back to you right now and firing up the video to look at beauty in action, and he was the one causing all the action.
The number's 126 total strikes have landed for Dustin Poirier. And the accuracy rate, 57%, above the UFC average. That's been a big story of this fight tonight against Nate Diaz. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. All right, so there's that Nate Diaz left hand. You've talked about the sneaky power. That one looked pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's throwing it hard, but he's so accurate that when he lands, he can hurt you. Nate Diaz has a really good left hand, and it's all rooted in how he hides it behind that slap right hook. Good stick.
Well, you got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right. Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this stage of the fight.
Yeah, both guys are compromised. Both guys have been beat up. Both guys have done a great job of landing, recognizing what they wanted to get done, and it's showing. This is a very evenly matched fight.
Stuffed the takedown, no problem.
That takedown was timed beautifully. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
Making all these shots count. And he's back to his feet. Good sign for him there. Missed with that attempt. Certainly showing off some good hands here tonight.
He didn't have that left hand.
Final 30 seconds of this third round. Well, despite his corner's best intentions, he hasn't made the requisite adjustment. He continues to eat upper leg kicks on that foot.
He's got to switch his stances. The problem with switching your stances is everything doesn't work as well on the opposite side. So your mind tells you, get back to where you're good. The reality is, you've got to find a way to stop this guy from landing all of these leg kicks.
All right, that's the end of the round, and our cameraman all over that cut on the cheek. That thing is getting wider by the minute and only getting worse. Cut man gonna earn his money tonight. All right, replay truck has been kept busy tonight as we get you some clips from that previous round, and maybe we can even isolate the strike that opened his cheek up.
I mean, a cut on your cheek, while it's in a better spot, it is still so hard to deal with. Every time that gets hit, it hurts so bad. He's gonna have to move his head here.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed it. Diaz's strike attempt there is blocked. Oh, man, you gotta credit him for continuing to attack that area, but that cut is getting harder to look at by the minute.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, and, you know, we spoke about this guy and how impressed we were with his fight IQ and how smart he was in his approach shows again. He got his opponent hurt, and he has been on that cut the entire time. Great job.
Oh, he's hurt.
All right, stacking him up here, keeping the pressure on. I know you guys do a lot of this training with your jiu-jitsu coach there in San Jose.
Oh, absolutely, but it's a difference. If your feet are on our hips, it's a problem. So we shove them through the middle. We shove them through the middle so that our legs can be what controls your feet.
Right.
We're not using our hands. I'm not using my hands. I'm using my legs to just kind of wheel and deal you from side to side. Then my upper body is free to punch. If you can... Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurting him bad, man. That right hook is nasty.
Big knee to the body. Nice counter left there. Oh, really exploiting his reach advantage as he landed the jab there, DC. Oh, shot to the body connects there. He hasn't really thrown too many body strikes in this fight, but now, as this fight goes on, he is not discriminating, working the body, and those shots are going to count. That'll do it!
Your guy has done it!
What a fight! What a fight!
So what a moment in this man's career. A huge finish in front of a capacity crowd. After party's gonna be on fire. How about it?
I mean, I'm just sitting here stunned because to watch a young athlete have a performance like this was really amazing. The finishing instincts, his ability to close the show, it was next level. It was amazing, John.
We go to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 57 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
All right, so another highlight for the reel for Dustin Poirier, your winner tonight in a very competitive matchup, I might add, by TKO.
It was competitive until it wasn't. You know, the guy is